Hey, FTM Kickstart. It's Shawn, and this week's topic is on bottom health. Quite honestly, when I first read this, I thought it meant talking about your butt health, and I didn't really understand why. um, so I'm glad that I have a little bit of clarification here. Talking about pap smears, gynecologists, uh, your monthly cycle, complications on T, safe sex, cleanse. Okay. I'm just gonna try and just throw it all together because I don't. There's some of these things I'm not really sure how to address them or even what to say. So, as far as getting your regular checkup, in the nether regions, um, I feel like it's okay. First of all, it's so awkward. It's so awkward just for any human being to be physically contacted and kind of violated, even with permission, just for your health, by a stranger. You know what I mean? Like, even if you've been to them a few times, it's still kind of one of those awkward things. So that's one thing. Another thing is that uh, the entire process of it isn't comfortable. It's not. It's very noticeable. It's not something you can just pretend isn't happening at that moment. Like you can feel it. So for women in general, it's awkward enough for them. But for trans guys, you guys, I know, it's 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 even worse because if you were trans and you were already on testosterone, I mean, if you weren't already on testosterone and you haven't even come out yet and you're going to your gynecologist and you're getting a checkup, like, they don't know, they don't always know the protocol, how to handle a trans person. And then if you don't tell them you're trans, then they're talking to you like, you're just another female and, how's your monthly cycle, your period, like they get, I feel like it's very detailed and, if it were my way, I would just have nicknames for everything. um, so with the regular checkups, I actually haven't been in about a year and a half now, going on 2 years. Um, and so I'm actually going, I have an exam that I'm supposed to do next month, with Dr. Maddie at the GLBT Center because she asked me, like, when was the last time you went? And I told her, and she's like, okay, well, you're due. I was like, yes, I know. And, it's, I feel like it's even more crucial for us to do because we are transgendered people. We're taking hormones and, you know, we're kind of messing with our body's chemistry. So I feel like uh, the chances of things happening or the the importance of getting checked out is even more vital. So I'm going next month, and I think the only advice I can really give you guys is, and I do this with other doctors, but I interview them. I call, and it's not always the doctor. Sometimes it's like an assistant or um, a front desk person even, and I just say, hey, are you familiar with, this and this? Um, if you are, great. If you're not, okay, move on to the next one and find somebody that knows how to handle your needs and who's going to be courteous and polite and maybe who's even familiar with how to handle transgendered patients. Um, that's the best advice I could give you guys. If you're already on testosterone and you're getting checked out and whatnot, I would hope that you would have found somebody by now, that you're comfortable with instead of avoiding it. And if it's still one of those touchy subjects, maybe try and find a GLBT center in your community or that's nearby, um, because I really do think it's really important to have somebody regular. Um, what else? Menstruating PT. How do you handle this? Okay, so I just started testosterone last month, and I was really excited because I had just finished my last cycle, and I was like, okay, maybe by next month I won't get it. I won't have another one. And lo and behold, it came back just as it always been. I thought maybe for sure it would lighten up or something, but no, it was like nothing ever happened. Um, and I was really disappointed, and it really sucked. Um, but just handling it, it's one of those things where I feel like, for me, I already kind of don't acknowledge it. Like, I have to go buy, supplies. It's just something you just kind of work out with. Like, I actually have a friend who doesn't identify as trans, but they hate getting, that monthly supply that they need, so they have a friend do it, and they're, I think, a year older than I am, and they have still to this day have yet to buy their own supplies. So it's possible, you know. But with the monthly thing, I was always very just secretive about it. Like, when girls would talk about it and whatever, having their conversations, I would just stay out of it and pretend like I was just like, you know what, that doesn't even exist. That I can't even relate to that. You know what I mean? Like, so I felt like because I dissociated it, other people disassociated it from me. You know. But of course, every now and then, what are you gonna do? So for me, it was mostly a mind game. I had to put like a cap on it, and just pretend. And that's really the only way that emotionally, as far as like handling that. Um, I mean, it wasn't so bad to a point where I was just like, oh my god, I can't do this. Like, I'm going crazy. It was just annoying, and I didn't like it, and I felt like it was really awkward, and it was just something I felt like shouldn't be happening, but is. I just dealt with it, you know. Um, Complications on testosterone. As far as like cause of complications, I feel like that's why it is important to get your checkups, because in some cases, I'm not sure what the percentage or the ratio is, but after about 5 years, I think it's recommended that you get a hysterectomy. And I guess that's just going to depend on every person, but I guess there's something that goes on chemically within your bodies where you have have the need for the surgery. So I think it can cause, I don't know if it was cancers or cysts, or I'm not sure what it was. You guys can look into that. I know I made a video on it on my own channel, Combat Baby 80, and it was about the potential risks and changes of testosterone. If you guys want to check that out, because I get into a lot of detail as far as what can happen on testosterone. But yeah, and that's pretty much it. As far as like growth and stuff like that, I don't really have anything to add. Growth-wise, I haven't really seen a difference. But cleanliness, you guys should always stay clean and I don't know, have good hygiene, because I mean, come on, how are you gonna get the girls or guys? um, but yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. And some stuff's hard, but it's part of your health. What are you gonna do? Till next week, guys. Bye.